Chapter 1. What is statistics? Sections 1, 4. Multiple choice questions. In the following multiple choice questions, please circle the correct answer. 1. You ask 5 of your classmates about their height. On the basis of this information, you stated that the average height of all students in your university or college is 65 inches. This is an example of descriptive statistics. Statistical inference. Parameter. Population. Answer B. 2. A company has developed a new computer sound card, but the average lifetime is unknown. In order to estimate this average, 200 sound cards are randomly selected from a large production line and tested, and the average lifetime is found to be 5 years. The 200 sound cards represent the parameter. Statistic. Sample. Population. Answer C. 3. A summary measure that is computed from a sample to describe the characteristic of the population is called a parameter. Statistic. Population. Sample. Answer B. 4. A summary measure that is computed from a population is called a parameter. Statistic. Population. Sample. Answer A. 5. When data are collected in a statistical study for only a portion or subset of all elements of interest, we are using a sample. Parameter. Population. Statistic. Answer A. 6. Which of the following is not the goal of descriptive statistics? Summarizing data. Displaying aspects of the collected data. Reporting numerical findings. Estimating characteristics of the population. Answer D. 7. Which of the following statements is not true? One form of descriptive statistics uses graphical techniques. One form of descriptive statistics uses numerical techniques. In the language of statistics, population refers to a group of people. Statistical inference is used to draw conclusions or inferences about characteristics of populations based on sample data. Answer C. 8. Descriptive statistics deals with methods of organizing data, summarizing data, presenting data in a convenient and informative way. All of the above. Answer D. 9. The politician who is running for the office of governor of a state with 4 million registered voters commissions a survey. In the survey, 54% of the 5,000 registered voters interviewed say they plan to vote for her. The population of interest is the 4 million registered voters in the state. 5,000 registered voters interviewed. 2,700 voters interviewed who plan to vote for her. 2,300 voters interviewed who plan not to vote for her. Answer A. 10. A company has developed a new battery, but the average lifetime is unknown. In order to estimate this average, the sample of 500 batteries is tested, and the average lifetime of this sample is found to be 225 hours. The 225 hours is the value of a parameter. Statistic. Sample. Population. Answer B. 11. The process of using sample statistics to draw conclusions about true population parameters is called inferential statistics. The scientific method. Sampling method. Descriptive statistics. Answer A. 12. Which of the following is most likely a population as opposed to a sample? Respondents to a magazine survey. The first 10 students completing a final exam. Every 5th student to arrive at the bookstore on your campus. Registered voters in the state of Michigan. Answer D. 13. Researchers suspect that the average number of credits earned per semester by college students is rising. The researcher at Michigan State University MSU wished to estimate the number of credits earned by students during the fall semester of 2003 at MSU. To do so, he randomly selects 500 student transcripts and records the number of credits each student earned in the fall term 2003. He found that the average number of semester credits completed was 14.85 credits per student. The population of interest to the researcher is all MSU students, all college students in Michigan, all MSU students enrolled in the fall semester of 2003, all college students in Michigan enrolled in the fall semester of 2003. Answer C. 14. The collection and summarization of the graduate degrees and research areas of interest of the faculty in the University of Michigan of a particular academic institution is an example of inferential statistics. Descriptive statistics. A parameter. A statistic. Answer B. 15. Those methods involving the collection, presentation, and characterization of a set of data in order to properly describe the various features of that set of data are called inferential statistics. The scientific method. Sampling method. Descriptive statistics. Answer D. 16. Which of the following is most likely a parameter as opposed to a statistic? The average score of the first 10 students completing an assignment. The proportion of females registered to vote in Kent County, Michigan. The average height of 100 students randomly selected from a community college. The proportion of cars stopped yesterday on US 131 that were cited for speeding. Answer B. 17. The study is underway in the National Forest to determine the adult height of pine trees. Specifically, the study is attempting to determine what factors aid a tree in reaching heights greater than 50 feet tall. It is estimated that the forest contains 32,000 pine trees. The study involves collecting heights from 500 randomly selected adult pine trees and analyzing the results. The sample in the study is the 500 randomly selected adult pine trees, the 32,000 adult pine trees in the forest, all the adult pine trees taller than 50 feet, all pine trees of any age in the forest. Answer A. 18. The estimation of the population average student expenditure on education based on the sample average expenditure of 1,000 students is an example of inferential statistics. Descriptive statistics. A parameter. A statistic. Answer A. True/false questions. 19. When the purpose of the statistical inference is to draw a conclusion about a population, the significance level, as a measure of reliability, measures how frequently the conclusion will be correct in the long run. Answer F. 20. A summary measure that is computed from a sample to describe the characteristic of the population is called a statistic. Answer T. 21. The confidence level is the proportion of times that an estimating procedure will be wrong. Answer F. 22. Conclusions and estimates about a population based on sample data are not always going to be correct. For this reason, measures of reliability, such as the significance level and the confidence level, should be built into the statistical inference. Answer T. 23. The university employs 2,500 faculty and staff. To ascertain how the employees feel regarding a health insurance plan, 250 of the employees are surveyed. The proportion of the 250 employees who favor the health insurance plan is a parameter. Answer F. 24. In a sample of 400 students in a college of business, 120 of them or 30% are marketing majors. The 30% is an example of statistical inference as opposed to descriptive statistics. Answer F. 25. 25% of a sample of 200 tennis players indicated that their parents did not play tennis. Based on this sample, we estimate that the 25% figure holds for the parents of all professional tennis players. This is an example of descriptive statistics as opposed to statistical inference. Answer F. 26. The population is the totality of items or things of interest under consideration. Answer T. 27. The local cable system using a sample of 800 subscribers estimates that 40% of its subscribers watch premium channel at most 4 times a week. This is an example of statistical inference as opposed to descriptive statistics. Answer T. 28. A statistic is usually unobservable while a parameter is usually observable. Answer F. 29. Statistical inference is the process of making an estimate, prediction, or decision about a population based on sample data. Answer T. 30. A summary measure that is computed from a population is called a parameter. Answer T. 31. The sample is the portion of the universe that is selected for analysis and making inferences about the population from which the sample is selected. Answer T. 32. As a population becomes large, it is usually better to obtain statistical information from the entire population. Answer F. 33. A statistic is usually used to provide an estimate for a usually unobserved parameter. Answer T. 34. The sample is always a good representation of the target population. Answer F. 35. Estimating characteristics of the population is the main goal of descriptive statistics. Answer F. Statistical concepts and applied questions. 36. In statistics, what name do we give to a numerical characteristic of a sample? Answer statistic. 37. In statistics, what name do we give to a numerical characteristic of a population? Answer parameter. 38. The manufacturer of children's toys claims that less than 3% of his products are defective. When 500 toys were drawn from a large production run, 5% were found to be defective. What is the population of interest? What is the sample? What is the parameter? What is the statistic? Does the value 3% refer to the parameter or the statistic? Why? Does the value 5% refer to the parameter or the statistic? Why? Explain briefly how the statistic can be used to make inferences about the parameter to test a claim. Answer. The complete production run of toys. The 500 toys drawn from the production run. Proportion of the production run toys that are defective. Proportion of sample toys that are defective. Parameter, since it is a summary measure that is computed from the population. Statistic, since it is a summary measure that is computed from the sample. Since the sample proportion is more than 3%, we conclude that the claim is false. 39. The Human Resources Director of a large insurance company wishes to develop an employee health benefits package and decides to select 400 employees from a list of employees in order to study their preferences for the various components of a potential package. The 400 employees who will participate in this study constitute the underscore. Answer. Sample. 40. The Human Resources Director of a large hospital in California wishes to develop an employee health benefits package and decides to select 300 employees from a list of all employees in order to study their preferences for the various components of a potential package. Information obtained from the sample will be used to draw conclusions about the true population. Answer. Parameters. 41. The Commissioner of Health in California State wanted to study malpractice litigation in Los Angeles. The sample of 32,000 medical records was drawn from a population of 3.5 million patients who were discharged during the year 2003. Using the information obtained from the sample to predict population characteristics with respect to malpractice litigation is an example of Answer. Inferential statistics. 42. The Human Resources Director of a large automobile corporation in Michigan wishes to develop an employee pension package and decides to select 500 employees from a list of all auto workers in order to study their preference for the various components of a potential package. In this study, methods that result in decisions concerning population characteristics based only on the sample results are called Answer. Inferential statistics. 43. The Commissioner of Health in California State wanted to study malpractice litigation in Los Angeles. The sample of 32,000 medical records was drawn from a population of 3.5 million patients who were discharged during the year 2003. The true proportion of malpractice claims filed from the population of 3.5 million patients is Answer. Parameter. 44. A businessman who is running for the vacant city mayor seat with 25,000 registered voters conducts the survey. In the survey, 55% of the 500 registered voters interviewed say they plan to vote for him. What is the population of interest? What is the sample? Is the 55% a parameter or a statistic? Why? Answer. The political choices of the 25,000 registered voters. The political choices of the 500 registered voters interviewed. Statistic, since it is a summary measure that is computed from the sample. 45. Define each of the following statistical terms. Descriptive statistics. statistical inference, confidence level, significance level, population, sample, answer. Descriptive statistics deals with methods of organizing, summarizing, and presenting data in a convenient and informative way. Statistical inference is the process of making estimate, prediction, or decision about a population based on sample data. The confidence level is a measure of reliability that measures the proportion of times that an estimating procedure will be correct. The significance level is a measure of reliability that measures how frequently the conclusion about a population will be wrong in the long run. The population is the group of all items of interest to a statistics practitioner. It is frequently very large and may, in fact, be infinitely large. The sample is a set of data drawn from the population. 46. Identify each of the following studies as either descriptive statistics or statistical inference. Examine the weights of a sample of 75 manufacturer parts to see if the average weight of all the parts produced by the process is 2 pounds. Post the average final score for your statistics class. Estimate the percentage of the U.S. population that will vote for John Kerry in the 2004 presidential election. Select the random sample of 100 babies born in 2003 and estimate the birth weight of all babies born during the same year. Examine the weights of a sample of 10 cans of corn to see if their average weight is 16 ounces. Answer. Statistical inference, descriptive statistics, statistical inference, statistical inference, descriptive statistics. 47. The Commissioner of Health in California State wanted to study malpractice litigation in Los Angeles. The sample of 32,000 medical records was drawn from a population of 3.5 million patients who were discharged during the year 2003. The collection, presentation, and characterization of the data from patient medical records are examples of underscore 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 underscore. Answer. Descriptive statistics. 48. The Human Resources Director of a large automobile corporation in Michigan wishes to develop an employee pension package and decides to select 500 employees from a list of all auto workers in order to study their preferences for the various components of a potential package. In this study, methods involving the collection, presentation, and characterization of the data are called underscore 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 underscore. Answer. Descriptive statistics. 49. The Commissioner of Health in California State wanted to study malpractice litigation in Los Angeles. The sample of 30,000 medical records was drawn from a population of 3.5 million patients who were discharged during the year 2003. The proportion of malpractice claims filed from the 32,000 patients is at underscore 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 underscore. Answer. Statistic. 50. The Human Resources Director at Michigan State University wishes to develop an employee benefits package and decides to select 500 employees from a list of all employees in order to study their preferences for the various components of a potential package. The director will use the data from the sample to compute underscore 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 underscore. Answer. Statistics. 51. The Human Resources Director at Florida State University wishes to develop an employee benefits package and decides to select 200 employees from a list of employees in order to study their preferences for the various components of a potential package. All the employees in the university constitute the underscore 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 underscore. Answer. Population. 52. At Grand Rapids Community College, 150 students are randomly selected and asked the distance of their commute to campus. From this group a mean of 18.2 miles is computed. What is the parameter? What is the statistics? What is the population? What is the sample? Answer. The mean commute distance for all students at the college. The computed 18.2 miles. All students enrolled at the college. The 150 randomly selected students. 53. Consider the population of all tennis players in the world. Define 5 samples that can be taken from this population. Answer. U.S. tennis players, female tennis players, left-handed tennis players, pro tennis players, and European tennis players who won U.S. Open. 54. An office supply warehouse has boxes of pencils, 100 pencils to the box. Information about the entire warehouse as well as a sample of the boxes is shown below. Number of defectives per box. Number of boxes in warehouse. Number of boxes in sample 0, 1200, 40, 1, 200, 16, 2, 60, 4, 3, 40, 3, 4, 20, 2, 5, 10, 1. A quality control inspector is interested in the number of boxes with 3 or more defectives. What is the value of the statistic? What is the value of the parameter? Answer: 6, 70, 55. Briefly describe the difference between parameter and statistic, and give an example of each. Answer: a parameter is a descriptive measure of a population. Example: the mean number of soft drinks consumed by all students at the University of Michigan. A statistics is a descriptive measure of a sample. Example: the mean number of soft drinks consumed last week by a sample of 250 students from the University of Michigan. Chapter 2. Graphical and Tabular Descriptive Techniques. Sections 1. Multiple choice questions. In the following multiple choice questions, please circle the correct answer. 1. Which of the following statements is false? All calculations are permitted on interval data. All calculations are permitted on nominal data. The most important aspect of ordinal data is the order of the data values. The only permissible calculations on ordinal data are ones involving a ranking process. Answer: B. 2. The average number of units earned per semester by college students is suspected to be rising. The researcher at Boston College wishes to estimate the number of units earned by students during the spring semester of 2004 at Boston. To do so, he randomly selects 250 student transcripts and records the number of units each student earned in the spring term of 2004. The variable of interest to the researcher is the number of students enrolled at Boston College during the spring term of 2004. Average indebtedness of Boston College students enrolled in the spring. Age of Boston College students enrolled in the spring. Number of units earned by Boston College students during the spring term of 2004. Answer: D. 3. The classification of student major accounting, economics, management, marketing, other is an example of a categorical random variable, a discrete random variable, a continuous random variable, a parameter. Answer: 8. 4. The study is underway in National Forest to determine the adult height of pine trees. Specifically, the study is attempting to determine what factors aid a tree in reaching heights greater than 50 feet tall. It is estimated that the forest contains 32,000 adult pines. The study involves collecting heights from 500 randomly selected adult pine trees and analyzing the results. The variable of interest in the study is the age of a pine tree in the national forest, height of a pine tree in the national forest, number of pine trees in the national forest, species of trees in the national forest. Answer: B. 5. The classification of student class designation freshman, sophomore, junior, senior is an example of a categorical random variable, a discrete random variable, a continuous random variable, a parameter. Answer: 8. 6. Most analysts focus on the cost of tuition as the way to measure the cost of a college education. But incidentals, such as textbook costs, are rarely considered. The researcher at Ferris State University wishes to estimate the textbook costs of first-year students at Ferris. To do so, he monitored the textbook cost of 200 first-year students and found that their average textbook cost was $275 per semester. The variable of interest to the researcher is the textbook cost of first-year Ferris State University students, year in school of Ferris State University students, age of Ferris State University students, cost of incidental expenses of Ferris State University students. Answer: 8. 7. The manager of the customer service division of a major consumer electronics company is interested in determining whether the customers who have purchased a video cassette recorder made by the company over the past 12 months are satisfied with their products. The possible responses to the question "Are you happy, indifferent, or unhappy with the performance per dollar spent on the video cassette recorder?" are values from 8. Discrete numerical random variable, Continuous numerical random variable. Categorical random variable. Parameter. Answer C. True/false questions. 8. There are actually 4 types of data: nominal, ordinal, interval, and ratio. However, for statistical purposes, there is no difference between interval and ratio data, and the authors of your book combine the 2 types. Answer T. 9. Quantitative variables usually represent membership in groups or categories. Answer F. 10. Interval data, such as heights, weights, and incomes, are also referred to as quantitative or numerical data. Answer T. 11. Nominal data are also called qualitative or categorical data. Answer T. 12. ADP singles rankings for tennis players is an example of an interval scale. Answer F. 13. Interval data may be treated as ordinal or nominal. Answer T. 14. Nominal data may be treated as ordinal or interval. Answer F. 15. Professor Hawk graduated from the University of Iowa with a code value equals 2, while Professor Moss graduated from Michigan State University with a code value equals 1. The scale of measurement likely represented by this information is interval. Answer F. 16. Ordinal data may be treated as interval but not as nominal. Answer F. 17. The variable is some characteristic of a population, while data are the observed values of a variable based on a sample. Answer F. 18. An automobile insurance agent believes that Company A is more reliable than Company B. The scale of measurement that this information represents is the ordinal scale. Answer T. Statistical concepts and applied questions. 19. The Dean of Students conducted a survey on campus. Saturday score in mathematics is an example of an underscore 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 or underscore 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 variable. Answer quantitative, numerical. 20. Provide one example for nominal, ordinal, and interval data. Answer nominal data example. Political party affiliation for voters recorded using the code 1 equals Democrat, 2 equals Republican, and 3 equals Independent. Ordinal data example. Response to market research survey measured on the Likert scale using the code 1 equals strongly agree, 2 equals agree, 3 equals neutral, 4 equals disagree, and 5 equals strongly disagree. Interval data example. Temperature in tennis courts during the U.S. Open. 21. The Dean of Students conducted a survey on campus. The gender of the student is an example of an underscore 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 or underscore 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 variable. Answer categorical, qualitative. 22. For each of the following examples, identify the data type as nominal, ordinal, or interval. The letter grades received by students in a computer science class. The number of students in a statistics course. The starting salaries of newly Ph.D. graduates from a statistics program. The size of fries small, medium, large ordered by a sample of Burger King customers. The college you are enrolled in, arts and science, business, education, etc. Answer ordinal, interval, interval, ordinal, nominal. 23. The Dean of Students conducted a survey on campus. Class designation freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior is an example of an underscore 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 or underscore 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 variable. Answer categorical, qualitative. 24. Most colleges admit students based on their achievements in a number of different areas. The grade obtained in senior level English course A, B, C, D, or F is an example of an underscore 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 or underscore 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 variable. Answer categorical, qualitative. 25. At the end of an escorted motor coach vacation, The tour operator asks the vacationers to respond to the questions listed below. For each question, determine whether the possible responses are interval, nominal, or ordinal. How many discorded vacations have you taken prior to this one? Do you feel that the stay in New York was sufficiently long? Which of the following features of the hotel in New York did you find most attractive? Location, facilities, room size, or price? What is the maximum number of hours per day that you would like to spend traveling? Would your overall rating of this tour be excellent, good, fair, or poor? Answer: interval, nominal, nominal, interval, ordinal. 26. For each of the following, indicate whether the variable of interest would be nominal or interval. Whether you are a U.S. citizen, your marital status, number of cars in the parking lot, amount of time you spend per week on your homework, Lily's travel time from her dorm to the student union at the University of Iowa, Heidi's favorite brand of tennis balls. Answer: nominal, nominal, interval, 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 nominal. 27. In purchasing a used automobile, there are a number of variables to consider. The age of the car is an example of an underscore 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 or underscore 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 variable. Answer: quantitative, numerical. 28. In purchasing an automobile, there are a number of variables to consider. The body style of the car, sedan, coupe, wagon, etc. is an example of an underscore 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 or underscore 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 variable. Answer: categorical, qualitative. 29. Before leaving a particular restaurant, customers are asked to respond to the questions listed below. For each question, determine whether the possible responses are interval, nominal, or ordinal. What is the approximate distance of the restaurant from your residence? Have you eaten at the restaurant previously? On how many occasions have you eaten at the restaurant previously? Which of the following attributes of the restaurant do you find most attractive? Service, prices, quality of the food, or varied menu? Would your overall rating of the restaurant be excellent, good, fair, or poor? Answer: interval, nominal, interval, nominal, ordinal. Section 2. Multiple choice questions. In the following multiple choice questions, please circle the correct answer. 30. The best type of chart for comparing two sets of categorical data is a line chart, pie chart, histogram, bar chart. Answer: D. 31. Which of the following statements about pie charts is false? Pie charts are graphical representations of the relative frequency distribution. Pie charts are usually used to display the relative sizes of categories for interval data. Pie charts always have the shape of a circle. Area of each slice of a pie chart is the proportion of the corresponding category of the frequency distribution of a categorical variable. Answer: B. 32. The two graphical techniques we usually use to present nominal data are bar chart and histogram, pie chart and ogive, bar chart and pie chart, histogram and ogive. Answer: C. 33. Which of the following statements is false? The bar chart is similar to a histogram. The pie chart is a circle subdivided into slices whose areas are proportional to the frequencies. Pie charts emphasize the frequency of occurrences of each category in a frequency distribution. None of the above. Answer: C. 34. Which of the following statements is true? Bar charts focus the attention on the frequency of the occurrences of the categories. The bar chart is created by drawing a rectangle representing each category. The height of each rectangle in a bar chart represents the frequency for a particular category. All of the above. Answer: D. True/false questions. 35. The bar chart is used to represent interval data. Answer: F. 36. One of the advantages of a pie chart is that it clearly shows that the total of all the categories of the pie adds to 100%. Answer: T. 37. The bar chart is preferred to the pie chart because the human eye can more accurately judge length comparisons against a fixed scale as in a bar chart than angular measures as in a pie chart. Answer T. 38. Bar and pie charts are graphical techniques for nominal data. The former focus the attention on the frequency of the occurrences of the categories, and the later emphasize the proportion of occurrences of each category. Answer T. 39. Bar and pie charts are two graphical techniques that can be used to represent nominal data. Answer T. 40. The bar chart is similar to a histogram in the sense that the bases of the rectangles are arbitrary intervals whose centers are the midpoints of the intervals. Answer F. 41. If we wish to emphasize the relative frequencies for nominal data, we draw a histogram instead of drawing the bar chart. Answer F. 42. Pie and bar charts are used widely in newspapers, magazines, and business and government reports. Answer T. 43. The size of each slice in a pie chart is proportional to the percentage corresponding to that category. Answer T. 44. A category that contains 30% of the observations is represented by a slice of a pie chart that contains 100 degrees. Answer F. Statistical concepts and applied questions. 45. Identify the type of data for which each of the following graphs is appropriate. Pie chart. Bar chart. Answer nominal. Nominal. 46. Voters participating in a recent election exit poll in Minnesota were asked to state their political party affiliation. Coding the data 1 for Republican, 2 for Democrat, and 3 for Independent. The data collected were as follows: 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, 3, 2, 1, 3, 3, 2, 1, 1, 3, 2, 3, 1, 3, 2, 3, 2, 1, 1, and 3. Construct a frequency bar graph. Answer. For questions 47 and 48, use the following narrative. Narrative: car dealers. Car buyers were asked to indicate the car dealer they believed offered the best overall service. The four choices were Carriage Motors C, Marco Chrysler M, Triangle Auto T, and University Chevrolet U. The following data were obtained: TCCCU CMTCU, UMCMTCMMCM, TCCTUMMCCT, TUCUTMMCUT. 47. Car dealers narrative: construct a frequency bar chart. Answer. 48. Car dealers narrative: construct a pie chart. Which car dealer offered the best overall service? Answer. It seems that Carriage Motors offered the best overall service. 49. Given the following 5 categories and the number of times each occurs, draw a pie chart and a bar chart. Categories: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Frequency: 15, 30, 40, 25, 20. Answer. For questions 50 and 51, use the following narrative. Narrative: business school graduates. The frequency distribution for a sample of 200 business school graduates is shown in the following table. Major of graduates. Number of graduates. Accounting: 58. Finance: 42. Management: 38. Marketing: 52. Other: 10. 50. Business school graduates narrative: draw a pie chart of the number of graduates. Answer. 51. Business school graduates narrative: draw a frequency bar chart. Answer. Section 3. Multiple choice questions. In the following multiple choice questions, please circle the correct answer. 52. The most appropriate type of chart for determining the number of observations at or below a specific value is the histogram, the pie chart, the time series chart, accumulated frequency ogive. Answer. D. 53. In general, incomes of employees in large firms tend to be positively skewed, negatively skewed, symmetric, all of the above. Answer. A. 54. The total area of the bars in a relative frequency histogram depends on the sample size, depends on the number of bars, depends on the width of each bar, depends on the height of each bar. Answer. C. 55. Which of the following statements is false? A frequency distribution counts the number of observations that fall into each of a series on intervals, called classes that covered a complete range of observations. The intervals in a frequency distribution may overlap to ensure that each observation is assigned to an interval. Although the frequency distribution provides information about how the numbers in the data set are distributed, the information is more easily understood and imparted by drawing a histogram. The number of class intervals we select in a frequency distribution depends entirely on the number of observations in the data set. Answer B. 56. The total area of the 5 bars in a relative frequency histogram for which the width of each bar is 4 units is 5, 4, 9, 1. Answer B. 57. The relative frequency of a class is computed by dividing the frequency of the class by the number of classes, dividing the frequency of the class by the class width, dividing the frequency of the class by the total number of observations in the data set, subtracting the lower limit of the class from the upper limit and multiplying the difference by the number of classes. Answer C. 58. A modal class is the class that includes the largest number of observations, the smallest number of observations, the largest observation in the dataset, the smallest observation in the dataset. Answer A. 59. The sum of the relative frequencies for all classes will always equal the number of classes, the class widths, the total number of observations in the data set. 1. Answer D. 60. When ogives or histograms are constructed, which axis must show the true zero or origin? The horizontal axis, the vertical axis, both the horizontal and vertical axes, neither the horizontal nor the vertical axis. Answer B. 61. The width of each bar in a histogram corresponds to the differences between the lower and upper limits of the class, number of observations in each class, midpoint of each class, frequency of observations in each class. Answer A. 62. The most important and commonly graphical presentation of interval data is a bar chart, histogram, pie chart, cumulative frequency distribution. Answer B. 63. According to Sturge's rule, the ideal number of class intervals in a frequency distribution of n equals 150 data equals about 8, 15, 20, 28. Answer A. 64. According to Sturge's rule, the ideal number of class intervals in a frequency distribution equals 5, 15, 3.3 plus log n where n is the size of the dataset, 1 plus 3.3 log n where n is the size of the dataset. Answer D. 65. How many classes should a histogram contain if the number of observations is 250, 5, 6, or 7, 7, 8, or 9, 9 or 10, 10 or 11? Answer C. 66. How many classes should a frequency distribution contain if the number of observations is 45, 5, 6, or 7, 7, 8, or 9, 9 or 10, 10 or 11? Answer A. 67. Sturge's formula recommends that the number of class intervals to construct a frequency distribution or draw a histogram using a dataset with n observations is determined by log n, 3.3 log n, 1 plus 3.3 log n, 2, 3.3 log n. Answer C. 68. Which of the following statements about number of modal classes is false? The unimodal histogram is one with a single peak. The bimodal histogram is one with two peaks, not necessarily equal in height. The bimodal histogram is one with two peaks equal in height. None of the above. Answer C. 69. Which of the following statements about shapes of histograms is true? The histogram is said to be symmetric if, when we draw a vertical line down the center of the histogram, the two sides are identical in shape and size. A positively skewed histogram is one with a long tail extending to the right. A negatively skewed histogram is one with a long tail extending to the left. All of the above. Answer D. True/false questions. 70. The relative frequency distribution describes the proportion of data values that fall within each class, and may be presented in a histogram form. Answer T. 71. The relative frequency distribution describes the proportion of data values that fall within each category. Answer, T. 72. The stem and leaf display reveals far more information relative to individual values than does the histogram. Answer, F. 73. Individual observations within each class may be found in a frequency distribution. Answer, F. 74. The following stem and leaf output has been generated by statistical software. The median of this data is 26. Stem and leaf of C to N equals 75. Leaf unit equals 10. 9000011 to 333. 14,056,899. 21,100,001 to 3. 26,166,699. 33 to 3,334,445. 8 to 66,677,888. 34,300,23344. 27,356,669,999. 19,400,001 to 2233. 10 for 5,556,667,799. Answer, F. 75. Accumulated frequency distribution lists the number of observations that are within or below each of the classes. Answer, T. 76. The following stem and leaf output has been generated by statistical software. This data has a negative mode. Stem and leaf of C to N equals 75. Leaf unit equals 0.01. 1 negative to 6. 2 negative to 0. 5 negative 1 555. 8 negative 1 420. 22 negative 0 99,999,887,777,665. 36 negative 0 44,322,111,111,000. 14 0011 to 223333344. 25 066,678,889,999. 14 100 to 2222334. For 156. 2203. Answer, T. 77. Compared to the frequency distribution, the stem and leaf display provides more details, since it can describe the individual data values as well as show how many are in each group, or stem. Answer, T. 78. The histogram represents nominal data. Answer, F. 79. In the term frequency distribution, frequency refers to the number of data values falling within each class. Answer, T. 80. The class interval in a frequency distribution is the number of data values falling within each class. Answer, F. 81. The largest value in a set of data is 140, and the lowest value is 70. If the resulting frequency distribution is to have 5 classes of equal widths, the class width will be 14. Answer, T. 82. The stem and leaf display describes 2-digit integers between 20 and 70. For one of the classes displayed, the row appears as 4 vertical line 256. The numerical values being described are 24, 54, and 64. Answer, F. 83. The following character histogram has been generated by statistical software. The median class is 150. Histogram of C1N equals 75. Midpoint count, negative 151 asterisk, negative 101 asterisk, negative 53 asterisk asterisk asterisk, 0 to asterisk asterisk, 57 asterisk 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 asterisk, 112 asterisk 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 asterisk, 150 asterisk 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 asterisk, 220 asterisk 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 asterisk, 255 asterisk 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 asterisk, 305 asterisk 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 351 asterisk. Answer, T. 84. The following stem and leaf output has been generated by statistical software. This dataset has a mean that is negative, and there is no modal class. Stem and leaf of C to N equals 10. Leaf unit equals 0.10. 2, 153. 4, 097. 2065. 403. 306. 213. 118. Answer, T. 85. A frequency distribution is a listing of the individual observations arranged in ascending or descending order. Answer, F. 86. When a distribution has more values to the left and tails to the right, it is skewed negatively. Answer, F. 87. The histogram is said to be symmetric if, when we draw a vertical line down the center of the histogram, the two sides are identical in shape and size. Answer, T. 88. A skewed histogram is one with a long tail extending either to the right or left. The former is called negatively skewed, and the later is called positively skewed. Answer, F. 89. A bimodal histogram is one with two or more peaks equal in height. Answer, F. 90. Accumulated frequency distribution when presented in graphic form is called an ogive. Answer, T. 91. When a distribution has more values to the right and tails to the left, we say it is skewed positively. Answer, F. 92. The sum of relative frequencies in a distribution always equals 1. Answer, T. 93. The stem and leaf display is often superior to the frequency distribution in that it maintains the original values for the further analysis. Answer, T. 94. The sum of cumulative frequencies in a distribution always equals 1. Answer, F. 95. If the values of the 6th and 7th class in a cumulative frequency distribution are the same, we know that there are no observations in the 7th class. Answer, T. 96. The larger the number of observations in a numerical data set, the larger the number of class intervals needed for a frequency distribution. Answer, T. 97. The original data values cannot be assessed once they are grouped into a frequency distribution. Answer, T. 98. The research analyst was directed to arrange raw data collected on the yield of wheat, ranging from 40 to 90 bushels per acre, in a frequency distribution. He should choose 40 as the class interval width. Answer, F. 99. The relative frequency of a class is the frequency of that class divided by the total number of classes. Answer, F. 100. Ogives are plotted at the midpoints of the class intervals. Answer, F. 101. Sturgis' formula recommends that the number of class intervals needed to draw a histogram using a dataset with 200 observations is 12.79, which we round to 13. Answer, F. 102. A modal class is the class with the largest number of observations. Answer, T. 103. Incomes of employees in large firms tend to be negatively skewed, because there is a large number of relatively low-paid workers and a small number of well-paid executives. Answer, F. 104. The time taken by students to write exams is frequently positively skewed because few students hand in their exams early. Most prefer to reread their papers and hand them in near the end of the scheduled test period. Answer, F. 105. A frequency distribution counts the number of observations that fall into each of a series of intervals, called classes that cover the range of observations. Answer, T. 106. One of the drawbacks of the histogram is that we lose potentially useful information by classifying the observations and sacrificing whatever information was contained in the actual observations. Answer, T. 107. The histogram is usually preferred over the stem and leaf display. Answer, F. 108. The stem and leaf display's advantage over the histogram is that we can see the actual observations rather than observations classified into different classes. Answer, T. Statistical concepts and applied questions. 109. Identify the type of data for which a histogram is appropriate. Answer. Interval. 110. The total area under a relative frequency histogram for which the width of each class is 10 units is underscore 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 underscore. Answer 10. 111. Voters participating in a recent election exit poll in Minnesota were asked to state their political party affiliation. Coding the data: 1 for Republican, 2 for Democrat, and 3 for Independent. The data collected were as follows: 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, 3, 2, 1, 3, 3, 2, 1, 1, 3, 2, 3, 1, 3, 2, 3, 2, 1, 1, and 3. Develop a frequency distribution and a proportion distribution for the data. What does the data suggest about the strength of the political parties in Minnesota? Answer: Party frequency. Proportion: Republican 8, 0.32, Democrat 6, 0.24, Independent 11, 0.44. Independent in Minnesota is stronger than Republican and Democrat parties. For questions 112 through 118, use the following narrative. Narrative: salesperson's ages. The ages of a sample of 25 salespersons are as follows: 47, 21, 37, 53, 28, 40, 30, 32, 34, 26, 34, 24, 24, 35, 45, 38, 35, 28, 43, 45, 30, 45, 31, 41, 56. 112. Salesperson's ages narrative: draw a histogram with 4 classes. Answer: 113. Salesperson's ages narrative: draw a histogram with 6 classes. Answer: 114. Salesperson's ages narrative: draw a stem and leaf display. Answer: stem, leaf. 2, 1 for 4688. 3, 0, 0, 1, 2 for 45578. 4, 0, 1, 3, 5, 5, 5, 7. 5, 3, 6. 115. Salesperson's ages narrative: construct an ogive for the data. Answer: 116. Salesperson's ages narrative: estimate the proportion of salespersons who are less than 30 years of age. Answer: 0.24. 117. Salesperson's ages narrative: estimate the proportion of salespersons who are more than 40 years of age. Answer: 1 to 0.64 equals 0.36. 118. Salesperson's ages narrative: estimate the proportion of salespersons who are between 40 and 50 years of age. Answer: 0.92. 0.64 equals 0.28. For questions 119 through 121, use the following narrative. Narrative: defective items. The number of defective items produced by a machine and recorded for the last 25 days are as follows: 19, 6, 15, 20, 17, 16, 17, 12, 15, 29, 23, 17, 7, 10, 14, 14, 27, 22, 8, 5, 23, 19, 9, 28, and 5. 119. Defective items narrative: what is the relationship between the total area under the histogram you have constructed and the relative frequencies of observations? Answer: class limits. Frequency. Relative frequency. 5 up to 10 asterisk. 6. 0.24. 10 up to 15. 4. 0.16. 15 up to 20. 8. 0.32. 20 up to 25. 4. 0.16. 25 up to 30. 3. 0.12. Total: 25. 1.00. Asterisk class contains observations up to but not including 10. The other classes are defined. Similarly, this notion is used throughout the chapter. 120. Defective items narrative: construct a relative frequency histogram for these data. Answer: note that the numbers that appear along the horizontal axis represent the upper limits of the class intervals even though they appear in the center of the classes. 121. Defective items narrative: construct a frequency distribution and relative frequency distribution for these data. Use 5 class intervals, with the lower boundary of the first class being 5 items. Answer. Note that the area under the histogram between two values is 5 times the relative frequency of observations that fall between those two values, since 5 is the width of each class. Hence, the total area under the histogram is therefore equal to 5. For questions 122 through 129, use of following narrative. Narrative. Exam grades. The grades on a calculus exam for a sample of 40 students are as follows: 63, 74, 42, 65, 51, 54, 36, 56, 68, 57, 60 to 64, 76, 67, 79, 61, 81, 77, 59, 38, 84, 68, 71, 94, 71, 86, 69, 75, 91, 55, 48, 82, 83, 54, 79, 60 to 68, 58, 41, 47, 122. Exam grades. Narrative. Construct a stem and leaf display for these data. Answer. Stem, leaf, 3, 68, 4, 1278, 5, 14,456,789, 6, 12,234,578,889, 7, 11,456,799, 8, 12,346, 9, 14, 123. Exam grades. Narrative. Construct a frequency distribution and relative frequency distribution for these data, using 7 class intervals. Answer. Class limits. Frequency. Relative frequency. 30 up to 40. 2. 0.050. 40 up to 50. 4. 0.100. 50 up to 60. 8. 0.200. 60 up to 70. 11. 0.275. 70 up to 80. 8. 0.200. 80 up to 90. 5. 0.125. 90 up to 100. 2. 0.050. Total. 40. 1.00. 124. Exam grade. Narrative. Construct a relative frequency histogram for these data. Answer. 125. Exam grades. Narrative. Describe briefly what the histogram and the stem and leaf display tell you about the data. Answer. The distribution of the data is symmetrical and bell-shaped, with 67.5% of the observations between 50 and 80. 126. Exam grades. Narrative. Construct a cumulative frequency and cumulative relative frequency distribution. Answer. Classes. Cumulative frequency. Cumulative relative frequency. Up to 40. 2. 0.050. Up to 50. 6. 0.150. Up to 60. 14. 0.350. Up to 70. 25. 0.625. Up to 80. 33. 0.825. Up to 90. 38. 0.950. Up to 100. 40. 1.00. 127. Exam grades. Narrative. What proportion of the grades is less than 60? Answer. 0.35. 128. Exam grades. Narrative. What proportion of the grades is more than 70? Answer. 1. 0.625 equals 0.375. 129. Exam grades. Narrative. Construct an ogive and estimate the proportion of grades that are between 80 and 90. Answer. The proportion of grades that are between 80 and 90 equals 0.95, 0.825 equals 0.125. 130. Car buyers were asked to indicate the car dealer they believed offered the best overall service. The 4 choices were A, B, C, and D as shown below. A C C C D C B C D, D B C B C B B C B, a C C A D B B C C A, a D C D T B B C D A. Construct a frequency distribution and proportion distribution. Answer. Dealer. Frequency. Proportion. A. 9. 0.225. B. 10. 0.250. C. 14. 0.350. D. 7. 0.175. 131. The grocery store's monthly sales in thousands of dollars for the last year were as follows. Month: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Sales: 78, 74, 83, 87, 85, 93, 100, 105, 103, 89, 78, 94. Construct a relative frequency bar chart for these data. Answer: 132. Consider the following cumulative frequency distribution. Classes limits. Cumulative frequency: up to 5, 8, up to 10, 15, up to 15, 21, up to 20, 30, up to 25, 42. Find the frequency for each of the following classes. 0 up to 5, 5 up to 10, 10 up to 15, 15 up to 20, 20 up to 25. Answer: 8, 7, 6, 9, 12, 133. The frequency distribution for a sample of 200 business school graduates is shown in the following table. Major of graduates. Number of graduates. Accounting: 58. Finance: 42. Management: 38. Marketing: 52. Other: 10. Construct a relative frequency distribution. Answer: Major of graduates. Proportion of graduates. Accounting: 0.29. Finance: 0.21. Management: 0.19. Marketing: 0.26. Other: 0.05. Total: 1.00. For questions 134 through 137, use a following narrative. Narrative: weights of workers. The weights in pounds of a sample of 25 workers are given: 164, 148, 137, 157, 173, 156, 177, 172, 169, 165, 145, 168, 163, 162, 174, 152, 156, 168, 154, 151, 174, 146, 134, 140, and 171. 134. Weights of workers. Narrative construct an ogive for the data. Answer: 135. Weights of workers. Narrative: what proportion of the total area under the ogive curve falls between 160 and 180? Answer: 1. 0.48 equals 0.52. 136. Weights of workers. Narrative: what proportion of the total area under the ogive curve falls below or equal to 150? Answer: 0.24. 137. Weights of workers. Narrative: what proportion of the total area under the ogive curve falls above or equal to 140? Answer: 1. 0.08 equals 0.92. For questions 138 through 142, use a following narrative. Narrative: years of service. The frequency distribution of the number of years of service for 100 employees is shown below. Years. Frequency: 0 up to 5, 12, 5 up to 10, 16, 10 up to 15, 42, 15 up to 20, 20, 20 up to 25, 10. Total: 100. 138. Years of service. Narrative construct a relative frequency distribution for the data. Answer: years. Relative frequency: 0 up to 5, 0.12, 5 up to 10, 0.16, 10 up to 15, 0.42, 15 up to 20, 0.20, 20 up to 25, 0.10. Total: 1.00. 139. Years of service. Narrative construct a cumulative relative frequency distribution for the data. Answer: years. Cumulative relative frequency: up to 5, 0.12, up to 10, 0.28, up to 15, 0.70, up to 20, 0.90, up to 25, 1.00, 140 years of service. Narrative. The proportion of employees who have less than 10 years of service is underscore 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 underscore. Answer 0.28. 141 years of service. Narrative. The proportion of employees who have more than 20 years of service is underscore 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 underscore. Answer 1. 0.90 equals 0.10. 142 years of service. Narrative. The proportion of employees who have between 10 and 20 years of service is underscore 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 underscore. Answer 0.90. 0.28 equals 0.62. For questions 143 and 144, use the following narrative. Narrative. Insurance company. An insurance company evaluates many numerical variables about a person before deciding on an appropriate rate for automobile insurance. A representative from a local insurance agency selected a random sample of insured drivers and recorded the number of claims made in the last 3 years, with the following results. Number of claims: 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Frequency: 10, 18, 16, 12, 3, 1, 143. Insurance company narrative. How many drivers are represented in the sample? Answer 60. 144. Insurance company narrative. How many total claims are represented in the sample? Answer 103. For QEUS IONs 145 and 146, use the following narrative. Narrative. Computer company. At a meeting of regional offices managers of the National Computer Company, a survey was taken to determine the number of employees the regional managers supervise in the operation of their departments, as shown below. Number of employees: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Frequency: 7, 11, 14, 8, 10. 145. Computer company narrative. How many regional offices are represented in the survey results? Answer 50. 146. Computer company narrative. Across all of the regional offices, how many total employees were supervised by those surveyed? Answer 153. For questions 147 through 150, use the following narrative. Narrative. Online classes. A survey was conducted to determine how students rated the quality of online classes. Students were asked to rate the overall quality from 0 no quality at all to 100 extremely good quality. The STEM and leave display of the data is shown below. STEM leaves: 315, 401 for 57889, 5013 for 677, 624,568, 729, 895, 147. Online classes narrative. What percentage of the students rated overall quality of online classes with a rating of 70 or above? Answer 12%. 148. Online classes narrative. What percentage of the students rated overall quality of online classes with a rating of 60 or below? Answer 68%. 149. Online classes narrative. What percentage of the students rated overall quality of online classes with a rating between 50 and 75, inclusive? Answer 52%. 150. Online classes narrative. What percentage of the students rated overall quality of online classes with a rating below 40? Answer 8%. 151. The underscore 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 is a vertical bar chart in which the rectangular bars are constructed at the lower and upper limits of each class interval. Answer: histogram. 152. It is desirable that the width of each class grouping or interval in a frequency distribution be underscore 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 underscore. Answer: same or equal. 153. The underscore 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 is a summary table in which numerical data are tallied into class intervals or categories. Answer. Frequency distribution. Sections 4, 5. Multiple choice questions. In the following multiple choice questions, please circle the correct answer. 154. The relationship between two interval variables is graphically displayed by a scatter diagram, histogram, bar chart, pie chart. Answer. A. 155. When studying the simultaneous responses to two categorical questions, we should develop a contingency table, frequency distribution table, cumulative percentage distribution table, histogram. Answer. A. 156. In general, the scatter diagram of two interval variables may reveal that there is a positive linear relationship, there is a negative linear relationship, there is no relationship at all, or the relationship may be nonlinear. All of the above are true statements. Answer. D. 157. In order to draw a scatter diagram, we need interval data for 1 variable, 2 variables, 3 variables, 4 variables. Answer. B. 158. A contingency table is also called a cross-classification table, a cross-tabulation table. Both A and B are true. Neither A nor B is true. Answer. C. 159. In a contingency table, the number of rows and columns must always be the same, must always be 3, must add to 100. None of the above. Answer. D. 160. Which of the following statements is false? Techniques applied to single datasets are called univariate. There are many situations where we wish to graphically depict the relationship between variables. In such cases multivariate methods are required. The technique used to describe the relationship between two interval variables is called the scatter diagram. None of the above. Answer. B. 161. Which of the following statements is false? In applications where one variable depends to some degree on the other variable, we label the dependent variable y and the other, called the response variable x. To determine the strength of the linear relationship between two variables, we draw a straight line through the points in such a way that the line represents the relationship. If most of the points in a scatter diagram appear to be scattered randomly with only a semblance of a straight line, there is no, or at best, a weak, linear relationship. If, in general, when one variable increases, so does the other, we say that there is a positive linear relationship. Answer. A. True/false questions. 162. The graphical technique used to describe the relationship between two interval variables is the scatter diagram. Answer. T. 163. Line charts can be used to graphically depict ordinal and interval data, but not nominal data. Answer. F. 164. Time series data are often graphically depicted on a line chart, which is a plot of the variable of interest over time. Answer. T. 165. The line chart is created by plotting the value of the variable on the vertical axis and the time periods on the horizontal axis. Answer. T. 166. In order to describe how two variables are related, the two most important characteristics revealed by the scatter diagram are the strength and direction of the relationship. Answer. T. 167. Cross-sectional data are often graphically depicted on a line chart, which is a plot of the variable over time. Answer. F. 168. Techniques applied to single datasets are called univariate. Answer. T. 169. If we draw a straight line through the points in a scatter diagram and most of the points fall close to the line, we say that there is a positive linear relationship between the two variables. Answer. F. 170. Data can be classified according to whether the observations are measured at the same time or whether they represent measurements at successive points in time. The former are called cross-sectional data and the latter, time series data. Answer. T. 171. When two variables are linearly related, and tend to move in opposite directions, we describe the nature of their association as a positive linear relationship. Answer. F. Statistical concepts and applied questions. 172. To evaluate two categorical variables at the same time, the underscore 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 also called underscore 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 or underscore 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 should be developed. Answer. Contingency table, cross-classification table, cross-tabulation table. 173. Data can be classified according to whether the observations are measured at the same time or whether they represent measurements at successive points in time. The former are called underscore 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 underscore, and the latter underscore 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 underscore. Answer. Cross-sectional data, time series data. 174. A professor of economics wants to study the relationship between income and education. The sample of 10 individuals is selected at random, and their income in thousands of dollars and education in years are shown below. Education: 12, 14, 10, 11, 13, 8, 10, 15, 13, 12. Income: 25, 31, 20, 24, 28, 15, 21, 35, 29, 27. Draw a scatter diagram for these data with the income on the vertical axis. Describe the relationship between income and education. Answer. A. B. There is a very strong positive linear relationship between education and income. As years of education increase, there is a definite tendency for income to linearly increase. 175. The number of houses sold in Grand Rapids and the average monthly mortgage rates for 18 months randomly selected between January 1997 and April 1999 are shown in the following table. Mortgage rate percent. Number of houses sold. Mortgage rate percent. Number of houses sold. 7.5, 90, 9.5, 68, 9.0, 72, 6.5, 97, 7.0, 89, 8.0, 79, 10.5, 62, 9.0, 75, 10.0, 58, 10.5, 53, 9.5, 70, 9.5, 73, 8.5, 74, 11.0, 50, 10.0, 65, 7.5, 82, 11.0, 51, 8.5, 70. Draw a scatter diagram with the number of houses sold on the vertical axis. Describe the relationship between mortgage rate and number of houses sold. Answer. A. B. There is a strong linear relationship between the mortgage rate and the number of houses sold. 176. The grocery store's monthly sales in thousands of dollars for the last year were as follows. Month: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Sales: 78, 74, 83, 87, 85, 93, 100, 105, 103, 89, 78, 94. Construct a line chart for these data. Answer. 177. The underscore 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 is a graphical display consisting of a scatter of dots, with each dot representing one observation about a variable measured along the horizontal axis, and another observation about a different variable measured along the vertical axis. Answer. Scatter diagram. 178. Briefly discuss the difference between cross-sectional data and time series data. Answer. Data can be classified according to whether the observations are measured at the same time or whether they represent measurements at successive points in time. The former are called cross-sectional data and the later, time series data. For questions 179 through 185 use the following narrative. Narrative. Bar hopping. The sample of 200 students at Ohio State University was taken after the midterm to ask them whether they went bar hopping the weekend before the midterm or spent the weekend studying, and whether they did well or poorly on the midterm. The following table contains the results. Did well in midterm. Did poorly in midterm. Studying for exam. 90. 10. Went bar hopping. 20. 80. 179. Bar hopping narrative of those who went bar hopping the weekend before the midterm in the sample. What percentage of them did well on the midterm? Answer. 30%. 180. Bar hopping narrative of those who did well on the midterm in the sample. What percentage of them went bar hopping the weekend before the midterm? Answer. 22.22%. 181. Bar hopping narrative. What percentage of the students in the sample went bar hopping the weekend before the midterm and did well on the midterm? Answer. 10%. 182. Bar hopping narrative. What percentage of the students in the sample spent the weekend studying and did well on the midterm? Answer. 45%. 183. Bar hopping narrative. If the sample is a good representation of the population, what percentage of the students in the population can we expect to spend the weekend studying and do poorly? Answer. 5%. 184. Bar hopping narrative. If the sample is a good representation of the population, what percentage of those who spend the weekend studying can we expect to do poorly on the midterm? Answer. 10%. 185. Bar hopping narrative. If the sample is a good representation of the population, what percentage of those who did poorly on the midterm can we expect to have spent the weekend studying? Answer. 11.11%. Chapter 3. Art and Science of Graphical Presentations. Sections 1, 3. Multiple choice questions. In the following multiple choice questions, please circle the correct answer. 1. The effect of making the slope of a line graph appear steeper can be created by stretching the vertical axis, shrinking the horizontal axis, stretching the horizontal axis. Both A and B. Answer. D. 2. Which of the following is not a characteristic of graphical excellence? The graph presents small data sets concisely and coherently while large data sets are easily presented in tabular form. The ideas and concepts the statistician wants to deliver are clearly understood by the viewer of the graph. The graph encourages the viewer to compare two or more variables to depict relationships between the variables or to explain how and why the observed results occurred. The graph induces the viewer to address substance of the data and not the form of the graph. Answer. 8. 3. You are less likely to be misled by a graph if you focus your attention on the numerical values that the graph represents. Avoid being influenced by the graph's caption. Both A and B. Neglect the scale used on the axes. Answer. C. 4. Possible methods of graphical deception include the graph without a scale on one axis, or stretching the vertical axis or shrinking the horizontal axis. The graph's caption that influences the impression of the viewer. Only absolute changes in value, rather than percentage changes, are reported. All of the above. Answer. D. 5. Possible methods of creating distorted impressions with bar charts include stretching the vertical axis, shrinking the horizontal axis, constructing the bar so that their widths are proportional to their heights. All of the above. Answer. D. 6. Which of the following is irrelevant to virtually anyone who presents the results of statistical analyses? Know your audience and use excellent graphs to explain complex ideas. While you need to know your audience to determine what kind of information they will be expecting from you, you do not need to stay within your time limit if additional information is necessary to be presented. Restrict your main points to the objective of the study. Provide handouts with copies of your graphs to make it easier for your audience to follow your explanations. Answer. B. 7. Which of the following statements is not true? Graphical excellence is the well-designed presentation of interesting data, a matter of substance, of statistics, and of design. Graphical excellence is that which gives the viewer the greatest number of ideas in the shortest time with the least ink in the smallest space. Graphical excellence is nearly always multivariate, and it requires telling the truth about the data. All of the above statements are true. Answer. D. 8. Which of the following statements is true? Graphical techniques should be used where there is a small amount of data. In general, large data sets can be presented in tabular form. Graphical techniques merely create a visual impression, which is easy to distort. In general, the graph without a scale on only one axis is not a problem since statisticians will be able to evaluate critically the information presented by the graph. Answer C. 9. Which of the following characteristics apply to achieve graphical excellence? The graph encourages the viewer to compare two or more variables, and it presents large data sets concisely and coherently. The ideas and concepts the statistics practitioner wants to deliver are clearly understood by the viewer, and the display induces the viewer to address the substance of the data and not the form of the graph. There is no distortion of what the data reveal. All of the above. Answer D. 10. Which of the following statements is not true regarding graphical deception? Perceptive is often distorted if percentage changes, rather than only absolute changes, are reported. The first thing to watch for is a graph without a scale on one axis. Illusions can be created with bar charts by stretching or shrinking the vertical or horizontal axis. Some distortions should be watched for, particularly in pictograms, which replace the bars with pictures of objects such as bags of money, people, or animals to enhance the visual appeal. Answer 8. True/false questions. 11. Graphical techniques should not be used to present data if accurate tabular forms for the same data are available. Answer F. 12. Graphical excellence requires telling the truth about the data, and give the greatest number of ideas in the shortest time with the least ink in the smallest space. Answer T. 13. When you present the results of statistical analyses, it is relevant to know your audience. Restrict your main points to the objectives of the study, stay within your time limits, use graphs to explain your ideas, and provide handouts. Answer T. 14. Graphical excellence is nearly always univariate. Answer F. 15. The techniques of shrinking the horizontal axis or stretching the vertical axis have the effect of making the slope of the graph visually but not numerically steeper. Answer T. 16. In general, tabular forms should be used to present large amount of data, while small data sets should be presented using graphical techniques. Answer F. 17. Graphically excellence is a term usually applied to techniques that are informative and concise and that impart information clearly to their viewers. Answer T. 18. The popular method of creating distorted impressions with bar charts is to construct the bars so that their widths are proportional to their heights. Answer T. 19. An excellent chart is one that can replace 1,000 words and still be clearly comprehended by its readers. Answer T. 20. If the form of the graph replaces the substance of the data, the graph is performing to function and graphical excellence is achieved. Answer F. Statistical concepts and applied questions. For questions 21 and 22, use the following narrative. Narrative: Playground. The local corporation in Charlotte, North Carolina, has funded construction of a playground at a local park. A childhood development research team studying playground utilization surveyed parents of toddlers as they exited the enclosed playground area. The following table shows, for each play activity, the number of toddlers who played more than 10 minutes at the activity. 80 parents reported the activities of 100 male toddlers and 70 female toddlers during a sunny afternoon. Activity: Male toddlers, female toddlers. Playhouse: 15, 50. Sandbox: 30, 40. Slide: 40, 14. Swing: 50, 10. Teeter-totter: 20, 12, 21. Playground narrative: Create a clustered bar chart showing, for each play activity, the fraction of all male toddlers who played on each activity for more than 10 minutes, as compared to the fraction of female toddlers. Answer 22. Playground narrative: Define the toddler play unit as an instance of a toddler playing more than 10 minutes on a single activity. Create a bar chart displaying the total number of male toddler play units for the playhouse and sandbox, versus the total number of units for the slide and swing. Answer. For questions 23 and 24, use the following narrative. Narrative: Sales and net income. In its 2000 report, a company presented the following data regarding its sales in millions of dollars and net income in millions of dollars. Year: 1996, 1997, 1998, 1999, 2000. Sales: 70, 97, 80, 55, 185. Net income: 1.6, 5.2, 4.1, 2.4, 7.1, 23. Sales and net income narrative. Use a clustered bar chart to present these data. Answer: 24. Sales and net income narrative assumes that you are an unscrupulous statistician and want to make the data appear more positive than they really are. Draw the bar charts accordingly. Answer: an unscrupulous statistician could provide a clustered bar chart only for 1996, 1997, and 2000. It would then appear that there has been steady growth in sales and income over the years, because the declines in sales and income in 1998 and 1999 would not be evident as shown below. For questions 25 and 26, use the following narrative. Narrative: admission to ER. The following graph visualizes the number of cardiac patients receiving a single dose of aspirin within 15 minutes of admission to the emergency room. 25. Admission to ER narrative. Assume the counts indicated by the vertical scale are correct. Create a bar chart of the displayed data that accurately displays the frequency for each aspirin type. Answer: as read from the graph, the various aspirin type counts are 20 for baby, 40 for Ecotrin, 25 for others, and 15 for none. The bar graph showing the respective aspirin counts accurately must include a 0 point on the vertical scale, as shown below. 26. Admission to ER narrative. In what way does the original bar chart distort the data story as compared to the bar chart you have constructed in the previous question? Answer: in terms of comparing bar height or area to the respective counts each represents. Answer: the original bar graph, with vertical scale beginning at 10, displays bars distorting the arithmetic relationship between the aspirin type counts. For example, in the original graph, the bar representing the count for baby aspirin shows 1/3 the area or height as compared to the bar representing Ecotrin. Yet the actual count of baby aspirin is 1/2 that of Ecotrin. One might ask, why does this distortion matter when the actual figures can be read from the vertical scale of the original graph? There are two reasons. 1. The visual features of a graphical display often create more powerful lingering impression than the data points, and 2. When the data values read from the scale of a graph conflict with the impression displayed by visual features of the graph, how does one know whether the value read from the scale is correct leaving the visual feature incorrect or the visual feature is correct leaving the scale incorrect? For questions 27 through 29, use the following narrative. Narrative: metal plates. The following graphs display the type and number of defects among polished metal plates for 1,000 plates inspected before implementation of a process improvement change and 1,000 plates inspected after the change. 27. Metal plates narrative. Do the data visualized in the piggybacked bar chart suggest that the improvement change actually reduced the number of defects among polished plates? Answer: the before graph indicates a total of 56 defects among 1,000 plates before the change, whereas the after graph indicates a reduction to 36 after the change. Furthermore, the graphs indicate a reduction in every defect type category. Of course, one must ask whether other factors confounded with the improvement change might have contributed to this reduction. In other words, one cannot conclude solely from comparing the two graphs that the improvement change solely accounts for the reduction in defect. 28. Metal plates narrative. Assume the counts indicated by the vertical scales are correct. Create piggybacked bar charts of the counts with identical vertical and horizontal axes. First make the vertical scales identical arithmetically. Then shrink or stretch the vertical scales to make them physically identical. Answer: the following piggybacked charts display identical vertical and horizontal axes. The vertical axes show scales that are physically and arithmetically identical, facilitating quick and accurate comparison of the defect distribution before and after the changes. 29. Metal plates narrative. Which set of piggybacked bar charts, the original set or the set we have constructed in the previous question, will more quickly inform an accurate visual before to after comparison of the reported defect counts. What chart features account for this difference? Answer. The display of identical vertical and horizontal scales facilitates quick and accurate comparison of the respective before and after defect distributions. Smart people can glean the essential comparison from either set of graphs. Busy people might well prefer the second set we have constructed in the previous question, showing identical scales. For questions 30 through 33, use the following narrative. Narrative: credit hours. The College of Business at State University in Michigan produced 3,400 credit hours during winter semester 2001. The following pie chart shows the number of those credit hours produced by each of the 4 departments of the College of Business. 30. Credit hours narrative: which department produced the greater number of credit hours, management or finance? Answer. Based on counts estimated from the 3-dimensional pie chart, the management department produced more credit hours than the finance department, specifically, 884 versus 816. 31. Credit hours narrative: interpret the graph to approximate the number of credit hours produced by each of the 4 departments. Answer. The following table contains one set of approximate counts. Each count is based on multiplying 3,400 by percents derived from comparing the parent slice areas. Department. Percent. Count. Marketing. 30. 1,020. Management. 26. 884. Finance. 24. 816. Accounting. 20. 680. 32. Credit hours narrative: the pie chart above was constructed from the following facts. 1 department produced 1,200 credit hours while 2 departments produced 2/3 as much. Construct a 2-dimensional pie chart showing the number of credit hours produced by the 4 departments. Answer. The table and 2-dimensional pie chart shown below present the counts along with resulting percents rounded based on the presented facts. Department. Percent. Count. Marketing. 35.3. 1,200. Management. 23.5. 800. Finance. 23.5. 800. Accounting. 17.6. 600. 33. Credit hours narrative: in what way does the 3-dimensional pie chart distort the data story as compared to the 2-dimensional chart? Answer. In terms of comparing pie slice area, angle, and arc length to the respective counts each slice represents. Answer. The management and finance departments clearly produced the same number of credit hours. Notice that the 2-dimensional pie chart here correctly visualized this fact, whereas the original 3-dimensional pie chart produced from the same data visually distorts this fact. 34. The underscore is best defined as a set of symbols such as people or animals used to depict data. Answer. Pictogram.